Hello there everybody, and welcome back to Magna Carta 2. In the last video we left off in Darkblade Fortress, and Zephy had just been kidnapped by Schuenzeit and Elgar, and our next job is to go to Belfort to save her. So what I've done off screen is I have come over towards Dunan Field again, because we will need to be going through Ruhalt Basin in order to get to Belfort, and I have also done a lot of grinding. After Zephy has been kidnapped, and after you have completed the last section and fought Juto and all of that, you can then use the Obvious Transport Fleet, which is going to act as our shortcut to get to all different parts of the world. And this is an excellent opportunity to grind, because all of the monsters in every single area have all leveled up. And when I was doing my grinding, I was getting anywhere between 600 and 1,000 experience, and I was able to gain about 5 levels with each of my characters. So I would definitely recommend taking the time to do a little bit of grinding. I also went and purchased some new items and commons, and so I think I'm pretty well prepared to move on. There are no new side quests or anything like that to worry about. We're only really going to be focused on our next objective, and when we hit the city of Belfort, we will be able to get back into the side questing, and there's going to be some more storyline development for us. So as you can see here, the needleworms are level 42, which is where I was when I had started grinding, and even if I have leveled up a couple of times since I started fighting them, I still get a pretty decent amount of experience. And if you are willing to take the time to grind, it really does pay off, in my experience. Now, it is unfortunate that we have to go back to Ruhalt Basin, because it feels like we were just there for a very, very long period of time. But fortunately this time around we are not going to be there for as long, and it should be a lot easier for us to navigate through the area. So that's definitely a plus, and the other positive thing is that once we make our way through there again, we are going to be seeing a completely new area, which we haven't seen in a little while. Not a new city anyways, we've been going to all these battlefields and whatnot, but Belfort's actually a really big city. It's the capital city, I do believe, so that's going to be interesting.
What's your problem?
Stop right there, traitors!
Traitors?
We already know all about how you've been working in collusion with the Northern forces. You have colluded to kidnap the princess. It is unforgivable!
Wait a minute. It was my fault that Zephy was kidnapped. My friends had nothing to do with it.
So, you've been Elgar the Regicide all this time. I bet you had all this planned.
Where did you get such faulty intelligence? Can't you see that we're on the move to rescue Princess Rusafilda?
Don't try to play dumb. A warrant has been issued for your capture. Orders reading, arrest the traitors, from Lord Alex himself.
Alex? How could he have so much information?
Lord Alex has already left Abazet in order to rescue the princess.
What's going on? How could Alex take action before us?
Silence! Show respect when you say his name!
If you're gonna arrest someone, arrest me. My friends haven't done anything.
As if I'm going to believe a word you say.
Huh, you don't say. Then come at us. Do you seriously think you spoiled brats in the regular army are any match for us?
Throw these people in chains! There's a huge bounty on Elgar's head!
I can't believe it! The Southern forces are supposed to be on our side!
Man, oh man, things just keep getting more and more complicated. Our group just cannot catch a break anywhere. Now, fortunately, these guys are pretty weak, and it really shouldn't be a problem for you to defeat them all. They are going to give you some pretty decent experience. The only thing to watch out for is that there are quite a few of them, so you may want to utilize chaining if you need to.
You're being fooled.
All of your characters should be able to get a fairly decent amount of con in the area, and if you're using a long-ranged character like Crocell or Celestine or Rue, then you should be able to keep your distance while still helping out your fighters in front. I hope hurting these soldiers doesn't come back to bite us in the ass later. But it's them or us, so we have to defend ourselves and get to Zephy.
Why, you traitor! You'll pay for that!
Cease this fighting!
Commander Raud!
Whose orders are you acting under?
The Counter-Sentinel unit acted in collusion with the Northern forces to kidnap the princess.
I see. As I feared, the princess has been abducted by the Northern forces.
Exactly, sir. They planned the whole thing.
That isn't possible. The princess's unit could never do such a thing. I know full well how these people feel about her. They are loyal to a man.
But, sir...
Take no further action against them! Dismissed!
Lord Alex has issued an arrest warrant. We were only carrying out his orders.
Then it appears that Alex has made a mistake. I will explain the situation to Alex later. You may go. That is an order!
Understood, sir.
Are you all right?
Commander, what are you doing here?
Things have certainly gotten complicated. My intent was to inform the princess in person, but I never thought that she herself might be kidnapped.
Commander, have you uncovered something?
How can I best explain this? Alex most likely had a hand in the princess's kidnapping.
He what?
I can't believe it. Is this true? I personally witnessed Alex holding a secret meeting with Schuenzeit. This is just conjecture, but I believe the two of them possess some sort of vital secret that has to do with this war.
I don't believe it. They were working together the whole time?
Schuenzeit promised the throne to Alex. This is all probably his collateral for the arrangement.
Unbelievable.
Schuenzeit. He even used Alex?
Rue, do you remember the battle in which she defeated Elgar?
Yes, I was there, so I remember it perfectly clearly.
At the time, you were working to obtain information on the Sentinels' construction method and their weaknesses. If that information had gotten to us, we would have won the war then and there. However, immediately after I received your report that you had succeeded in obtaining them, you came under sudden pursuit by Elgar. Your escape went off without a hitch. It is virtually impossible that you should be under pursuit after so short a time.
Yes, sir. Given that there were no information leaks, I also felt that it was unnatural.
The discreet investigations that I have been conducting since that time have led me straight to Alex.
But why would he suddenly decide to take action now?
I am as uncertain of his objectives as you are. The first order of business is to rescue the princess, and to ascertain Alex's true motives, and put an end to this foolish war. If word of this gets out, it will shake both armies to their core.
We'll set out for Belfort at once, and we'll rescue Zeffy, the princess, no matter what it takes.
Please do. I will follow on your heels. Now hurry!
Understood.
Thank you, Raud. It's nice to see that at least somebody is on our side and we don't have to do this whole thing alone. The news about Alex isn't exactly astounding. They really allude to that for a very long time leading up to when Raud actually tells you. But nonetheless, it's nice that he has actually done a little bit of digging and figured that out. And it is also suspicious, as Rue had pointed out, that he would be able to send a letter so soon saying that Zeffy had been kidnapped if he was not working for Schuenzeit. So all of the pieces of the puzzle are starting to come together. And as you make your way through Ruhalt Basin this time around, you will see that all of the blocked paths have been unblocked. So your journey towards Belfort should be pretty short and sweet now that we're able to take any route that we want. And there are going to be no soldiers this time around. We're just going to have to defeat a couple of enemies here. We've got some werebores as well as some of the weird magician type looking creatures. And there might be a couple of other things along the way. But we're not going to have to do nearly as much fighting as we did the first time around, so it's completely up to you. You could probably even just skip past all of the enemies if you don't feel as if you'd like to fight them, but as always, I recommend fighting everything just because all of the experience counts. And there really aren't that many enemies. And we also don't have to worry about lightning bombs this time around, so that is even better. That is just one less thing for us to worry about, because those things are a pain in the arse to have to worry about on top of fighting. Oh, we also have a Colossus as well. I think we're going to be seeing the Colossus a bit more now. It's becoming a little bit more of a common enemy rather than a tough enemy slash mini-boss, so if you need to take care of those guys, use one of your abilities or chain. I like Rue's ability because it only takes up 2 con. It's pretty powerful, and it's also really quick. But I really haven't done a lot of chaining lately because I haven't really needed to. Although if I was chaining, it would probably make things go by a little bit quicker. Alright, so I think from here at this fork, we're going to need to turn left and come under this archway here. It's nice to see the whole area now that everything has been unblocked, although it's not really anything that's terribly aesthetically appeasing. It's all the same dank, dark sort of color scheme that we've been seeing, but that's alright. And here we are at our second checkpoint. This is where we had fought the Sentinel. And at this point, you can make a save at the pillar and continue right on through to Belfort. If you didn't get an opportunity to open up this chest when you were fighting the boss, then you'll want to do that now before continuing onwards. However, I think that this is probably a really good place to stop, and this way, if we stop now, we'll be able to see everything new coming up in the next video, and we'll be able to watch all of the cutscenes and whatnot without worrying about taking up too much time. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.